Shades here, and welcome to episode 2 of The Kitchen Table with Stella Bellafontay. I am here and I'm ready to go. Today's word is locked and loaded, and that's what I am today. I'm locked and loaded. Listen, I had my first misogynist going against me. I dropped an episode, one of my personal little street views, street commentaries, and I had a man tell me that I need to fix my wig and get it together and go back to the streets. Listen, Stella Bellafontay has never been on the streets. As you see, I'm in the kitchen, and this is where I cook. And this is my apron. You see that I'm cooking today? And this is a gift courtesy of one of my favorite cousins, Glenn PJ. So anyway, I'm locked and loaded. I used to run from bad commentary. I would hide. Like if someone said something about me or they don't like what I have to say, or, Stella, you need to shut up. You say the wrong things. I would block them. I'm not blocking anything now. Again, I'm locked and loaded and I'm ready. You got something to say, go on and say it. I will pin your comment. And if what you have to say is nasty enough, I will actually make you the star of the comment. Because I'm thinking about making this man a star of some sort in my world. So anyway, again, he told me that I belong in the streets and I need to fix my wig. And speaking of my wig, I think my wig is pretty sharp. Feel like I'm bringing the 90s fine. Auntie look back a little bit, a little something. But this man was gray. He was dusty. His eyes was faded. He was faded. And he told me that I needed to go back to the streets. So anyway, again, I'm not in the streets. I'm locked and loaded and I'm ready. And I'm not running from anything. Anything you have to say, don't DM me. Put it on the wall. Put it in the comments for all to see. I'm here for it. How do I feel today? Honestly, I feel I'm alert because I don't know about you all, but I like coffee. Do you all drink coffee? And my favorite coffee is Bustelo. Today, I'm sipping on a little iced Bustelo. I don't know if I should say that. Let's just say that they say that Bustelo is the narc of coffees. Yeah, it keeps you up. It keeps me up. I'm wide awake. I'm alert. And that's how I feel. But my body, I feel a mess. I feel beat up. I haven't been to the gym. I miss the gym. You got a lot of people that say that they hate the gym. Once you actually start going and you fall off, well, I know for me, you get into a space where it's like I miss the whole vibe. I miss the weights. I miss the music, the energy, the fine men. And I feel like I'm one of those people that once I get into the gym and I'm there and I see everybody rocking like me, it's not like I'm by myself. I feel like this is my tribe. These are my people. I'm here. And now that I'm not doing that, I feel stiff. I feel like I may have developed body dysmorphia because I'm not in the gym. I feel like I'm gaining weight. I'm getting fat. But then when I put my clothes on, I'm not fat. So it's like when I look in the mirror, I don't know what I'm looking at because honestly, I miss my gym body. I got to get back to it. I don't know when, but I know I got to make it happen. And as far as my mind right now, I feel like I'm in I'm in a pretty good spot. And I'm in a damn good spot. I feel great because I'm here. I'm not letting anything stop me, not work. Not personal things. Like before I got here, there was a personal incident in my life where I could have just said, you know what, I ain't going to make it into the kitchen today. Let me just sleep on this. And I said, you know what, damn it, don't do that. Bring yourself to the table and get it going. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling today. I feel like I'm in a good headspace. And that's wonderful because I haven't been in the greatest headspace for a while, but that's another episode for another day, another topic. Now let's get into the topics, the tasty topics for this week. Okay, a very, very viral moment just happened. Unless you're living under a rock, 36-year-old Kendra Scott from Tennessee has been charged with murder after shooting a 20-year-old man. This is not a boy. After finding him in her home with her 13-year-old daughter. It's a lot of controversy behind it because this young man is no longer alive. She took his life. And the issue that's being talked about is the fact that It's a lot of issues. It's just a lot to unpack. He was in the house with the daughter. The daughter's 13. He's 20. Apparently, the story that's being told is that the little girl, because that's what you are, 13, snuck this grown man in the house to have intimate relations with him. That's a problem. Let's talk about it. This young man who's no longer here is a predator. When you were 20 years old, and you're sleeping with a 13-year-old, you got a problem. You got a problem. You're a predator. I saw a clip today from one of his former teachers who said that even though he was 20 years old, he had the mind of a child. Well, he may have had the mind of a child, but he had the actions of a grown adult man that was taking advantage of a 13-year-old. So now this woman is again being charged with murder because she actually took his life after he was already walking out the house. Apparently, she got home. She asked, "Who's in my home?" He walked out the door. She waited until he was in front of her and she took him down. That's a big deal. Now, how do I feel about it? I don't feel like she should be in prison. I feel like she should actually be at home. She should be bonded out. And there's some things that need to be discussed. Again, first and foremost, the fact that this man is a predator. The fact that he's gone, that's a lot to unpack. And I have an issue with the fact that her 13-year-old made statements to the police that could really incriminate Miss Scott. That she told the police that her mom always said that if she ever caught her in the house with anybody, that she was going to blow a hole through them. I don't feel like that should have been said. I don't feel like that should have been publicized. I feel like it incriminates Miss Scott further. And honestly, I feel really sorry for her. This is a tragedy. I don't know what's going on in this world right now with these young girls. But one thing I can say is they're bold. Because when I was 13, look, I'm going to talk about Stella at 13. I was really fast. I was messing around and doing things with guys that were older than me that I shouldn't have been doing. But I'll tell you one thing, I wasn't sneaking them in my house. And I wasn't allowing these men to coerce me. Not saying that you allow a man to coerce you. I was just too scared to do anything in my house. So that's something that needs to be looked into as well. Maybe, he scared this little girl. Maybe she was afraid to tell him no. Who knows? Under threat, hey, you going to let me in. Your mom ain't home. I said you're going to let me in. I don't know. It's just speculation. All I know is he was 20. She's 13. It's a sad thing. He's gone. And I really pray that this woman, honestly, I hope she gets off. I hope she gets off with a slap on the wrist because this man was taking advantage of her 13-year-old daughter, and that's it. You know what? If it was legal, then why is she in prison? See, my thing is I don't feel like they're letting the stand your ground law apply to Miss Kendra Scott. Because if the stand your ground law applied in this instance, she would be at home. So I'm just curious myself. But again, I want her to get out. I want her to get off. And I feel like her daughter's going to need lots of therapy and no more messing with grown men. Leave men and boys alone for a very long time. Send her to a convent. I don't know. And that's that on that. And the next dish on the menu is love and dating. I know we all like to talk about love and dating. And what's going on with love and dating in my world? I'm trying to date everybody. I am so single. And I honestly just got out from under the fog of I had a situationship with someone that went left. It went all the way left. And it's over with now. I'm not in limerence over it. I'm not stressed over him. I'm really not one of those people that sit in sadness over relationships. I'm really looking for my next one. Look, where's my next vibe? Where's my next babe? Where's my next boo at? I actually had a friend that told me that I don't know how to love. Well, maybe I don't want to love right now. I don't want to love. It's nice outside. I want to date. I want somebody to spend that shit. I want them to spend their money on me, take me places, show me things, buy me things. Let's have experiences. I'm actually kind of aggravated because I had to cancel a getaway, a real big getaway because of everything that's going on with the war and the government. So now that I can't go on my big trip, I'd like to do a smaller trip. I was telling all of my people, well, actually, I mentioned it online as far as love and dating, that I'm looking for a proper fling. See, at 42 years old, Stella is not afraid to fling. And again, I have had a fling and I'm ready to fling again. That's what's going on with me in love and dating. If I'm attracted to you and you got money to spend and time, spend some time with me. Let's go. That's what it is with Stella for love and dating. And then you got women that say, how do you navigate through that, without men thinking that, you're just out here and you're sleeping with everybody. Now, I never said sleep with everybody. I said date. You have to date. It's dating. Learn to date. That's what I want a lot of women, especially single women of a certain age, to learn how to do. Dating doesn't mean that you got to have sex with everybody. Go on dates, get into these people, get to know these people. If you don't like them, put them on the block list. Chop the ones you don't like and you move on to somebody else. That's what dating is. And I enjoy it. I don't hate the dating scene. You got people that say, oh, there's pee in the dating pool. Not my dating pool. My dating pool is clean and clear and blue, and it's got floaties and drinks and poolside service. I like the dating pool. And as far as my city is concerned, let's dish about this. I want to talk to all of my holistic wellness girlies. So in New York City, there was an incident where a doctor was just arrested because he applied some sort of syringe at a holistic wellness center full of some sort of substance to a patient, and she died. Um, you're supposed to go to holistic wellness centers to get well. You're thinking that everything is herbal and pure and natural. And I'm wondering what was administered to this woman where she lost her life. So one thing I am going to say, when you deal with holistic wellness and a lot of these centers and these herbal specialists, don't let them inject you with anything. No injections, no insertions. For a long time, there was this whole viral thing, especially with women and their vaginal health. They had these packs they were selling where you insert them in you. Anything that you gotta insert into your hoo-ha and your cha-cha and let it sit and soak and steam and burn and anything in the syringe, just don't do it. If it ain't in the form of a tea, I'm a tea person. Give me a tea. Give me a nice little chopped powder, a tea, I'll take that. I might even take a little herbal tablet. But if I have to inject it into my system, or you got to hook me up to an IV, or again, I got to stick it in my snatch, I don't want that. I'm not doing that. And yeah, that's it as far as love and life and just things. I'm here for it. And I'm just looking forward to sharing these things with you all every week. And now let's get into the veggies. I haven't had a salad in over a week. Mind you, I just found out about the cyclospora thing. So basically, the lettuce leaves are infected, especially if you buy all of those bagged and box salads, and I love those. My favorite brand is a brand called Attitude. Don't eat the Attitude. Don't eat the Trader Joe's. Don't eat any of it, because apparently it's going to give you a little bug that's going to have you on the pot every minute on the minute for about 2 weeks straight. And I see a lot of the girlies are like, why is that a problem? I could stand to lose a couple of pounds. Yeah, we all could. But you don't want to lose it that way. The way the issues are with this lettuce, and it's affected over 11,000 people across 41 states. In New York City alone, almost 500 cases. Listen, if you know somebody you was working with that was 200 pounds last week, and this week they look like they dropped to 150, it was probably salad. But it's not a positive. A bug, a tapeworm, any weight loss from infectious diseases is never a positive. And then when you get better, you're going to gain it back again. And I feel like the weight loss from food poisoning and illnesses, it never looks good. Like, for instance, I got my own story. I went to Cancun, Mexico years ago, and I got what they call Montezuma's revenge, where, you get all tore up from drinking the water and eating. I probably was eating a lot of salad there too. I probably had the cyclospora back then and didn't even know it. And I probably dropped about 20 pounds in the course of 2.5 weeks. My boyfriend at the time noticed. He said, you are getting slimmer. Your face is sinking in. He looked at me. He said, tell me the truth. He said, you've been feeling bad since we got back from Mexico, right? I said, yeah. He said, why you didn't say something? So I went to the doctor. They hooked me up with IVs, gave me a little medicine. And next thing you know, I was chubby again. I didn't like that. But Taylor Farms is one of the names that you should stay away from. And then I was told it's better if you do buy lettuce, maybe from a farmer's market, or you buy the open lettuce and you wash it and rinse it yourself. Do like the old school. How many of my people from down south had people that used to throw a shot of Dawn dish detergent when they wash the greens and the vegetables? I'm serious. People say you can't consume soap bubbles. You don't consume, excuse me, you don't consume the soap bubbles. Throw a little shot in the water and then you rinse it thoroughly. And I bet you won't get any cyclospora. So yeah, no more salads. Eat I had cucumbers and tomatoes for a salad the other day. Do that until you can eat salad again. And yeah, that's it as far as the salad. Stay away from that. Eat healthy. Take your vitamins. Don't let any of these holistic people hook you up to anything. And let's get into the listener letters. Ooh, I like these. I love a listener letter. So this listener letter is from I'm gonna keep the name anonymous for now. And she says, "Hi, Auntie. That's me, Auntie Stella. I'm having problems with a friend. At least I think it's a friend. I'm a black woman in my mid-20s, and a male coworker became friends a year back. For the most part of our relationship, it's purely platonic. That sounds good. Sounds safe. Sometimes we hang out during the day to catch up. What kind of hanging out you doing? We may go to the movies on occasion. Sometimes we try new restaurants together. Alert, that sounds like dating, but you call it hanging out. This is with your coworker. He has never been inappropriate or tried to take things further. I'm happy because we've had so much fun since I left that job. However, lately, he's been inserting weird questions into the mix. He might gesture to a guy and say something like, "You never date a guy like him, right? He's definitely not your type." Or sometimes he would directly ask me if I would ever date a guy with long dreads or short dreads or not rich, describing himself. Not rich, describing himself. That is shady boots, darling. Yes, I've asked him if he wants to know if he's my type. And he acts like he doesn't know why I'm asking. Hmm. I believe men and women can be friends, but I don't want a friend who is secretly waiting for a weak moment for me to possibly choose him. I don't know. What do you think? Can you be friends with a guy trying to get with you? Should I cut this off just because of my suspicions? It's so hard to find a cool person to hang out with. I don't want to throw this away without good reason. I can tell you because it happens to Auntie Stella all the time. You know how many of my coworkers want to groove with Stella? You got to be honest. If he's not your type, and it sounds like he's definitely not your type, you already mentioned that he ain't rich. You don't care about his looks. He doesn't have any money. It sounds like you're not into him. You have to let your coworker know. Listen, I don't know if you're asking for yourself, but this ain't that. Let's just keep it like it is and see how the vibe is after that. If he still wants to hang out, or if he backs up and acts funny with you, because if he starts acting weird and strange with you, that's the weird part. I don't think the way he's acting mixing business with pleasure. So I'd rather that we didn't do that. But if you want to keep going to the movies and hanging out, and you said that he's not rich, so apparently he's not spending money on you. And then you say, it's just a cool thing. If he's not spending any money on you, you ain't attracted to him, I would say chill on that for a minute. Find other people to hang out with. But then you say it's hard to find people to hang out with. So keep hanging out with him, but just let him know. Let him down gently. Don't be mean. Don't talk about his money and his looks. And tell him no. Love, Stella. I am going back to Stella being locked and loaded because, again, I'm here. I put myself on the back burner for so long, worried about what I couldn't get done or what wasn't for me. And you know what? This is for me. And this is why I'm here. And I'd like to share a little bit of personal detail about my life as far as being locked and loaded. For a long time, I had a lot of people telling me what I should do. You need to get on a mic. You need to get in the studio. I actually had a guy that I was dating tell me that I need to be where I am right now with no further context. Just throw pamphlets at me. And he would send me emails and because he was into, the whole podcast thing. He's actually a relationship expert. And he had so much to say about what I should be doing. And again, with no context and no real help. So now I'm here. I'm locked and loaded. And I can't wait for him to see me because he's a stalker. So if you listening, Mr. Relationship Expert, Relationship Coach, I am locked and loaded. I'm here. And he ain't going to stop me. I'm going to keep this going till everybody knows about Stella and her kitchen table. Come have a seat. Let me cook. Let me serve and enjoy. Love, Stella. So thank you for joining me at the table today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode. And all suggestions, follow my page, you follow my Instagram. You know, I do read comments. I respond to comments. And even if there are things that you don't want to say on the wall, like on Instagram or on YouTube, feel free to message me. Feel free to DM me. And again, if you have something controversial or angry to say, feel free to express that too. I'm here for it. Again, I'm at a point in my life where I'm not running from anything. I'm finally developing a thick skin. See, that's what happens when you don't go to the gym. Your skin gets thick. So I got a thick skin now and I'm ready for anything. But make sure you join me at my table each week because the dishes are going to get more tasty and so are the topics. And I'm here to serve you. And I just want to tell you, when I am doing this, I am in real life, real time. And listen, sometimes I know you like, did she say, what? Did she stumbled? Yes, I stumble over my words. No, I'm not glitching. No, I am not a bot. This is not AI. This is the real Stella. And I just need to let you all know again, this ain't easy. And as far as people telling me where I should have been and what I should be doing, I'd like you to try it. It's not easy. Just like people, I talk about cooking a lot. Think about people that don't know how to cook and just throw them in the kitchen. They can't boil water. Well, I can boil water. But again, like I said, sometimes you might catch me stumble a little. It might look like it's a little glitch. You might have to go back and rewind or fast forward even. But again, like I said, this is me, real life, real time, raw, uncut. This is Stella, and I look forward to you being at the table every week. And that's that. Just want to say that. Love, Stella.